St. Jerome was in his study translating the Bible into Latin when the wounded lion wanders in with a thorn in its paw. St. Jerome plucks out the thorn and tends to its wounds. From that moment on, both of them continued to live happily together within the confines of the study. Neither of them were destined to do what they did for each other. Lacan said that giving love is giving what you don't have to people who don't think they need it. When did the lion and the priest decide to embrace serendipity with open arms? Is it possible to trace back to this moment? If the lion came because of St. Jerome's presence, and the priest was there because he needed to study, perhaps the moment was triggered by the desk. The desk acted as an invisible magnet that unconsciously brought the unlikely couple together. Magnet was a project done by Cedric Price, which features a series of short life structures used to set up a new kind of public amenity and movement. Using places that are already available to the public, such as air spaces above the road, streets, and parks, magnets are supposed to generate a new kind of access, information, and delight. Cedric describes the magnet as the grit to the pearl, the trigger that causes the oyster to coat the grit in nacre. However, the notion that a precious pearl is always formed when a grain of sand enters the oyster is a myth. Perhaps the grit is not meant to be generative all the time. Its purpose is to simply create a moment of attraction. Whether that moment will lead to a pearl is an entirely different matter. St. Jerome's desk was reimagined as a time magnet, the grain of sand in Price's analogy. The desk has become a machine that can change the momentum of time. The arms on the desk will plot the time, and depending on the type of interaction, the arms will plot faster or slower. The machine can control time because it gives every fleeting moment a quantifiable value, a method of measurement, and a scale in relation to reality now. It is only through comparison that we can determine the value of time. Without it, we cannot situate ourselves within the endless projection. We naturally structure our lives around given time slots. During the day, we work and play in the public realm. At night, we nourish our bodies in our homes and spend time within the domestic. Our city is also parceled into different time zones, governed by a fluid, localized, and invisible system. By placing the time machine into the city, we are able to differentiate these time zones. Capsules: churches, cemeteries, town hall, libraries. Accelerators: infrastructure, supermarkets. Decelerator: home and parks. These zones also fit into a projective timeline, mostly dictated by urban planning. Time is an unstoppable force that will ebb and flow regardless of our futile attempts to control it. But what if we were able to break the linearity, not by stopping and starting, but by moving in and out? Through controlling the speed of time, perhaps we are able to create a lapse, or a collision, a point of intervention.